Hi, good morning. Welcome to our meditation. Today is the 7th of June, and I would like to read in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 11. Through the blessing of the upright, a city is exalted, but the mouth of the wicked, by the mouth of the wicked, it is destroyed. We have been going through a terrible time since last year with this pandemic. And we were encouraged to pray for the planet because of global warming. And now we are praying for the nations because of COVID. To pray for cities and to pray for the nations is actually something that's very biblical. God is always encouraging us to bless the place where we live. Why? We are going to see why it is so important to pray for the planet, to pray for the cities, to pray for people. It is written here that it's by the mouth of the wicked that a city is destroyed. And the same way, it is by the mouth of the righteous person that a city can be exalted. In Genesis chapter 18, we find an interesting prayer. It's the prayer of Abraham for the city of Sodom and for Gomorrah that were about to be destroyed. And God is going to tell Abraham what he thinks about his prayer. And he says in chapter 18, verse 26, the Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. Isn't that amazing? Unfortunately, there were not even 40 or 30 or 20 righteous people in the city of Sodom. So it was destroyed. Are you blessing the city, the town, the village where you live? We had a person in our church before who organized the prayer walks in the city of Sodom, of Bayona. Sometimes during the festival in the summer, Bayona does look like Sodom and Gomorrah. Some people say Bayona and Gomorrah. It was an interesting thing to do, to go around the town, the city, praying for it. Do we do that where we live? Why is it so important? Jeremiah chapter 29:7 is going to give us an interesting answer to that question. Also, seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into exile. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper. So the peace of the city where you live, your peace will depend sometimes on the city, of the country, of the place where you live. So if you are constantly cursing your city, it's you are cursing. It's your family you are cursing. Every word that comes out of my mouth is going either to bless me or to curse me, because I'm going to harvest everything that I sow. It is very interesting to keep that in mind, isn't it? Because God has called us to bless, not to curse. Not just blessing the city, the town, the country, but also blessing those in power, as Paul says in 1 Timothy 2:1-3. He says this to Timothy: I urge then, first of all, that petitions, prayers, intercession, and thanksgiving be made for all people, for kings and all those in authority, that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all goodliness and holiness. This is good, and it pleases God our Savior. So not just the country and the cities, but also the presidents, the queen, the kings. It's interesting in some churches in England, when they, on Sunday morning, I remember going to my wife's church in Northern England, and they were praying in the morning for the Queen and her family. That might be why she's living such a longer life and reign. Pray for the Prime Minister, pray for the Queen, pray for your president, for the governor of your state. Bless Blessings and blessings and blessings for the nations and for the people in power. Pour le président de la République, the French Macron, or any president. Our blessing depends on the blessing on the cities, on the town, in the countries. God bless you.